Welcome back, trainers, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at how you could potentially win when you have a bad lead. So we're going to just take a look at 3 battles here. We're going to be going with Snorlax the entire time, and obviously the only horrible lead is going to be a fighter. Now for this first one we are met with a Machamp, in which I bring in my Metagross here, and we're going to be taking a look at these battles in normal time here. So swapping into Metagross, and they're going to be bringing in their Magnezone. We're just going to go straight for the Earthquake. Maybe they think we're going to bait them here. And nope, they actually shielded it up. So good call on their end. And we're just going to continue on here. Let this go through. Well, I think we should shield this up, right? Let's go ahead and shield this up. Expecting another one after this, in which we should barely survive. We will have enough health to get off another one of these. The thing is, can we get to an Earthquake? And we have to think about what that last Pokemon in the back is here. So we're able to survive this. We want to maintain that shield. Going for the Meteor Mash, it's going to be doing big damage. They did get off 2 Wild Charges at this point, bringing their defense down by 4 stages. If we do get their last shield, that's great, and we get their last shield. They're going to be taking us down with another quick move, giving them the opportunity to get to a couple more Wild Charges potentially. Now, we certainly can't go in here with the Gyarados, so we're going to be going back with the Snorlax, knowing that we can take one of those Wild Charges without shielding up here, and then the Gyarados should have a good matchup up against the Machamp. We just have to remember that Machamp does have Rock Slide, in which that's going to be doing a lot of damage to our Gyarados here. So since they are shieldless at this point and have dropped their defense so dramatically, we don't necessarily need to go for a superpower and lower our own attack and defense. We're just going to go for that Body Slam here. And I was getting ready for the switch if it wasn't enough, but it was, so that's great here. And they're going to be going back in with Machamp, and we're going to be building our energy just a little bit and then swapping into Gyarados. So they have no more shields left. We have one. What is this going to be? Are they going to try to bait us? We're just going to use our shield, I think. Yep. Which it was a good call. Rock Slide would have done a lot of damage, and now we're in the clear here. Unfortunately, Crunch is not very effective to Machamp, but we are going to be able to survive another Rock Slide here and gain a little bit more energy for potentially a Metagross in the back, if that's what they have, hopefully. That or a Swampert, right? Magnezone's out of the way, so we don't have to worry, and it is going to be a Metagross. Now, we could just go for the Hydro Pump here, but we have enough to get 2 of these Crunches off, and our Snorlax has a good amount of energy to finish off that Machamp with a Body Slam. So we're going to go for that Crunch here. And we're able to get to another one, which is great. And we're going to be resisting counter, so we're going to be able to take a couple of those once we do take this Metagross out. If we're going to be able to, we should. Absolutely enough damage. In comes the Machamp. Now we just need to, alright, get this Body Slam off immediately, because I have a feeling they're about to get off their Cross Chop here. And fortunately for us, we did have enough energy to get off another Body Slam on our Shadow Snorlax, which is going to be able to take the win and finish off that Machamp there. So, you know, I mean, just because you have a bad lead doesn't mean you're going to lose. It is going to be tight. You're going to have to make some good calls to recover it potentially. Or maybe the opponent just makes a mistake down the line and you're able to take advantage of that. So we're met with another Machamp here. Like we discussed, the only real bad lead for Machamp or for Snorlax is going to be a fighter, Conkeldurr, or Machamp more than likely in the Premier Cup. So we're going to be swapping to our Metagross yet again, in which they're going to be going into their Snorlax, which is going to be actually a counter to Metagross because of that Lick, and potentially Earthquake or Superpower. So we're going to get off this Meteor Mash immediately here. It's going to be doing a lot of damage, so it's not like Metagross is stuck in the water and can't really do anything to defend itself up against a Snorlax. You're still going to be hitting it for neutral and a lot of damage on that. And let's see what they're going to be going for. Is it going to be a Superpower? It's going to be a Body Slam. They don't want to drop their defense, or maybe they just have Outrage or Earthquake. They just didn't build up to it. And it looks like they're trying to bait us by making us use a shield. They're going to be going for another Body Slam here. We're going to let that go through because we can survive this. It's a Superpower. Well played. Okay. All right. So we're going to have to recover from this. Their defense and attack have dropped. So I'm thinking we need to go in here with Gyarados and just farm this thing all the way down. 2 shields on both ends still. So, all right, let's see what they have going on here. So what could they potentially have in the back? All right, so they have a Machamp and a Snorlax. You have to continuously think about this and always think ahead when you are in a losing position here. We're not necessarily losing anymore. We're looking pretty good because of that swap. I don't think they're going to come back in here with Machamp, but that is likely. They're going Metagross. All right, so we're looking fantastic. We're going to be able to resist those Steel-type moves, although Meteor Mash still hurts Gyarados quite a bit. but those bullet punches are not really doing much. Same with our Dragon Breath, but we're going to be able to dish out super effective crunch, and we're basically to 2 here, and we still have 2 shields. I think we're definitely going to want to shield this up and preserve our health, while they're going to have to basically get off charge moves to take us out, because a bullet punch is not going to be, we're not in farm down range or anything like that. So going for another one here, probably going to get their last shield, and we do have that Snorlax, which can counter the Metagross, right? And just going to continue on here. I'm going to try, I think I wanted to catch a Meteor Mash or just swap here, gain energy. And they're going to be bringing back their Machamp. They have 1 shield, so this is not a good situation for us here. Although our Gyarados, you know, is going to be able to help us win at the end here. So we're just going to go for that Body Slam. Obviously, Superpowers, you know, there's no point for that right now. And we definitely do not want to drop our defense. So just continuing on here, it looked like they had a bit of lag after their, or after we got off our charge move, like we've already established in the Go Battle League. That's going on here. They're going for close combat. That was the most beautiful shield. They did lower their defense, so we're in a magnificent position here. This Body Slam should be enough to take them out. If not, then a couple more licks should do the job. And we're taking them out. Fantastic. And we basically have won at this point. They're going to have to throw. If they don't, then yep, we're going to just simply be able to lick them down there. Beautiful. Now for the last match, folks. This is, we made some crazy swaps and calls here. Let's see what we have going on. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a big thumbs up and share it with your friends. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll continue to bring you Pokemon Go videos. So we're met with a Conkeldurr. This is not good at all. So I'm going to be making a swap yet again into my Metagross. Now, one more tip before I do let you go, if you're still sticking around, is this. When you are hard countered like this, you don't necessarily want to go in there with your counter to what they did bring it in the beginning. So for my team comp here, the counter to the Conkeldurr would be my Gyarados. I definitely do not want to swap into that. We still have to look out for Stone Edge, but that's going to be my best bet, right? So what you want to do is swap into your next best thing and hope that they do switch as well. If they don't, then you'll try to have to recover it, but usually they will. And then you're just going to have to line up your counter to that Pokemon that did counter you in the beginning later down the line. So when you do swap here like this, winning this is going to be big, right? So I swapped into my Metagross, they swapped into their Snorlax. Now I kind of want to come out on top of this battle, so I do have the switch priority. Otherwise, they're going to simply be able to come back in here and counter me. Going to be letting this Body Slam go through. And I just want to let you know, if you don't always win the matchup after you do switch, that's fine. You can still recover. As you're going to see here, I don't think I made a mistake, so I shield this up. What we want to do is win the switch advantage like we were discussing. But what they're going to do here is shield this up themselves. So they're using their last shield, and they certainly do want to win that switch priority as well. So they know what is going on here. So after this, you're left with one option. Well, you're probably a couple, but what your option is going to be is, okay, so you lost that switch advantage after you did swap. Now what you're going to have to do is potentially catch a charge move with something that's not very effective. If you can effectively do this and count just right, you're going to be able to come out on top, like this swap right into this Dynamic Punch with a Gyarados. Not very effective, and they just wasted all that energy. It's all about that energy towards the end, or even in the beginning, especially if there's 0 shields. Bringing in the Togekiss, and here is the next big play that I'm not going to say I got lucky. I just was able to land it. I need to land this Hydro Pump. If I don't, it's over. I needed to make that swap happen, and I needed to land this Hydro Pump. So because of that swap that we did do, and they won the switch advantage, we need to make all of these adjustments so we can come out on top. This was an extremely close battle, and wow, oh wow, it makes your adrenaline rush for sure. So we're making all the right moves over here. Ancient Power going through. Going to be able to lick it down. Conkeldurr is going to come back in. We know it expended its energy. We're going to be building up to 2 Body Slams so we don't get stuck in that baloney like loop where you can't, gain energy after you hit your charge. So we're just ready to go back to back. We're hitting 1. Able to get to another one here, folks, and we're going to be able to take the win. So that is my take, just a little bit of battles here on how you can make a recovery on bad leads, and a few tips and some advice. So there you go, trainers. Again, if you did enjoy this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll continue to bring you some more Pokemon Go videos. And I'll catch you all next time. Take care.